We are back a couple days late. Yes, I know. Oh my God. This podcast is going to be about being out of sync with your normal routine, which I have been. So, you've probably seen on my Instagram, if you follow me there, that I've been away. I've been on my holidays. I've been down to Bournemouth, spending time by the beach and enjoying the sun. And if I'm honest with you, my normal routine in the morning, I wake up, cold shower, then I go for a coffee, then straight to the gym, back, go for a walk, then I'm smashing out my work, right? Recording videos, Mondays, you know the podcast is coming at you. Did that happen whilst I was away? No, it didn't. I think I recorded one video the whole time I was away. I trained twice, which I was actually pretty happy with. And the reality is there are going to be times when you fall out of your routine, right? You can't be a robot and be this person that every day is exactly the same, turning up, bosh. And that can play on your mind. For example, even with myself, whilst I was away, I was thinking, fuck, I haven't trained, I haven't created enough, which these are things that make me feel good all the time. Like, it might sound weird to you, but creating a video, lifting some tin, they're things that makes me happy. Do you know what I mean? But also, if I look at my time away, where was my happiness? I had a fucking great time away. Do you know what I mean? So, when people are going away, if you are going on holiday, you have to sort of realise that that isn't your normal life. Yeah, your normal life is your normal habits, which you will get back to. And for me, I was away from my normal habits, which coming out of your routine, it can throw you off a little bit. I can't lie. I'd say my self-talk hasn't been as good over the last couple of days because I haven't been as active as I would like. I haven't been as creative as I would like. But that doesn't detract away from the time that I had when I was away. And I think something I struggled with when I was younger, I'd go on holiday and I'd constantly be thinking, fuck, I haven't trained, I'm putting on weight. But the reality is, when you go away, that's your time to relax, take a break from your normal routine and your normal habits. Because like a phone, yeah, you charge a phone up, goes to 100%, and then it comes down, you plug your phone back in. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see the terrible hand signals I'm doing. And that doesn't mean swearing if you're listening to it on Spotify or Apple. I'm just pretending to put a charger in a phone. But, maybe it looks like I'm playing the violin actually. But, when you're going on holiday, that is your chance to recharge. Whether it be exercise, work, whatever. You don't really want to be thinking about your everyday life because a holiday is a break from that. And I think that is something that a lot of people struggle with. But what you have to do is think quite logically, because the reality is, after the holiday, you are going to go back to your normal routine. And let's say I was away for a week. Tomorrow I fly to France for 5 days. So I'm effectively going to be out of my routine for 2 weeks, right? When I'm back from France, then I'll just go back to my normal routine, which is, by normal routine, my consistent routine, that is what I do the majority of the time throughout the year. Let's say, so now I've been to Hawaii, I didn't train. The last week I didn't train, I'm going to France, I didn't train. In 2 weeks' time I go to Germany and Amsterdam, I'm probably not going to train. So that's what? Let's say that's 6 weeks, right? So if you do 52 weeks in a year, minus 6, that's 46 weeks. So 46 weeks in a year, I'm going to be consistent with my training, with my videos, with everything that I do in my life. But 6 weeks, I'm not doing those things. What do you think the results are going to be at the end of the year? Do you think that they're going to be positive because for 46 weeks I am on it? Or do you think that everything's going to go to shit because I've had 6 weeks where I've done fuck all? Exactly. Exactly. Sorry, there was a long pause there for the listeners on Apple and Spotify. I was sort of doing the hands up emoji like, don't be an idiot. Obviously, whatever you're more consistent with will show in your results. And for me personally, what I try and drive into people, and I think that a lot of people don't understand, is consistency does not mean perfection. If you think that being consistent means that every single day you're waking up and you are on it, you are wrong. And no one can live that way. Everyone has peaks and troughs of motivation. There are days where no matter how much you want to put yourself through it, you just can't. And that is okay, as long as the consistent habits that you implement are positive ones. So for me, I won't even lie to you, towards the back end of last week, or even the start of this week, Monday, Tuesday, I was a bit like, oh fucking hell, like I'm kind of excited to get back into my routine. But it is so easy to beat yourself up for being out of that routine. And don't do it to yourself. You've worked hard all year to go on your holidays, to have these breaks. And if you don't train for a week, for 2 weeks, I can guarantee you, if that is your norm, at the end of the 2 weeks, you're going to be desperate to get back into the gym. Yeah? And that's good, because then it's not going to feel like a chore. Yeah? You're not going to think, fucking hell, I've got to go gym. You're going to be like, oh my God, I miss training. I miss my normal routine. And then you go back in. Like, when I was working in the corporate world, it would get to about day 10 of a 2-week holiday, and I'd honestly be like, fucking hell, I'm bored now. Do you know what I mean? I'd start wanting to go back to normal life. And that will happen for you as well. But if you're going away and you're not enjoying yourself fully because you feel the guilt, or you feel like you should be doing more, you're not going to enjoy your time away. And then that negative aspect will be training or gym, or the things that are in your normal life you'll associate with being bad, because they made you feel bad whilst you was meant to be enjoying yourself. So I'm there now, and I can tell you something for free. I am a bit fluffy around the edges at the minute. I don't ever track calories, but I have a good idea of what I'm taking in every day. And honestly, I've lived off Tesco meal deals and fucking prawn tempura for the last week and a bit. I've sunk as many Guinnesses as I can, because why the fuck not? And I can tell you what, tomorrow I fly to France for a wedding, and I'll be doing exactly the same, if not more. So what you need to really, really understand when it comes to holidays and breaks and whatever, they're there to be enjoyed. They're not there for you to beat yourself up that you're not doing things that are in your normal routine. Because as I say, a holiday is a break from that. Whether that be work, whether that be gym, whether that be, I don't even know what else it is. But as I say, you've worked fucking hard to be on your holiday. So go and enjoy it as much as you can. And if you're somebody that you still can't wrap your head around it, the easiest thing to do when you're away, if you are struggling with feeling like a fat shit basically, the reason why people put on a lot of weight on holiday is because you move from the bar to the sun lounger, to the buffet to the sun lounger. You're not moving at all. It's not because you're not going to the gym that you're putting on a little bit of weight. It's because your NEAT, which is basically all the calories that you burn that aren't planned exercise, is very, very low. So if you want to keep the weight off a little bit and do something that's probably going to be quite good for your head, just go for a walk. Go for a walk, hour and a half walk, lie on a sun lounger all day. But that's only if you want to. As I say, holidays are there to be enjoyed, and they are breaks from the normal routine. And as soon as you're back from them, you'll get the bug, or even when you're still away on holiday, you'll get the bug to go back into what you usually do, and you'll have more energy for it. You won't be there thinking, oh fucking hell, I've got to do this. Like I'm sure you've been there with me. I've been there with my training. Like every single day on the lead up to a holiday when I was younger, I'd be like, my body feels like shit, but I've only got 10 days to go, so I need to drag myself to the gym. And then it's like, you just associate training and everything with a chore, and that's not how it should be. So just relax yourself. Honestly, as I say, a holiday is a break from your routine. That is not your normal life, so you're not going to continue to be so relaxed, so chill, and even lazy. But that isn't a bad thing. Being lazy for 2 weeks out of however many is not a bad thing, because you've got the staples in your life, and even not even your habits, but your identity, which you will go back to. So take heed of that and understand that you're allowed to have fun. Don't associate having fun with bad, and don't associate going away with having to be on it all the time. If you're somebody that loves training when you're away, by all means do it. But just know, if you're not, and you don't want to think about training, or you don't want to think about your normal routine, when you come back off holiday, you're going to be right back on it. And that is the most important thing. Again, consistency does not mean perfection. It just means whatever you do the majority of the time. And whatever you're consistent with, the results will show. Not a bad outro, if I do say so myself. The next podcast, I fly back from France on... What day do I fly back? Next Monday. Gonna probably be in not the best condition to record a pod. So I will release it on a Tuesday. But also, how could I forget? Oh my days. Pod rebrand. Whoop, whoop. Hope you like that. It is the Nathan Joseph podcast now. Why is it called that? I felt that stressed, depressed and now blessed. Obviously, it summarised beautifully how I felt. It's documented so many things that I've been through since I started the podcast. All of the ups and downs in my life. But I just thought, sometimes I read it and I think that is cringe. So it is now the Nathan Joseph podcast. So good they named me twice. That's just, don't believe that. Yeah, hope you all like the rebrand, and as always, if there's anything that you want me to talk about, you know I'm going to do it. You know I can spit bars for days about anything. So wherever you are listening to this, or if you see it on my story on Instagram, just say what you want me to talk about. If you're listening to this on YouTube, just leave a comment below. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to reply to you. I'm going to say thank you for the idea, and then I'm going to talk about it. As you can see, The Office, Dad's tried to take it over, not having it. So it's a little bit messy. But again, next Tuesday, I'll be dropping another episode. Thanks for listening to this one. Obviously, like, subscribe, share, do all those things so this voice can hit as many lug holes as possible. I hope lug holes means ears. I think it does. But yeah. Anyway, the outro was great, but I feel like I've ruined it because I remembered that I had the rebrand. Thank you, Steph, for that. You're an absolute legend. Honestly, you'll see me tagging her on my podcasts. So if you need any graphic design work, please go to her, because she's honestly fantastic. I literally gave her a screenshot of writing that I liked and a picture, and she created this. It was honestly blown my mind how creative and how fantastic she is. So check her out as well. I will see you after France. I will be hungover. Don't at me. Life is for living, and it is one of my best mates' weddings. So glug glug glug. Much love. I'll catch you in the